What's up, G's? It's Prince Fortunatus in the building. I'm a 7-figure-a-year OFM business owner. And today, I'm gonna explain you how you can easily double, if not triple, your ratios that you achieve with chatting. So as anyone obviously knows, for the beginners, chatting is where you upsell to the fan. That's where the bulk of the money is made, because if you have subscriptions coming in or even free fans coming in, that maybe is 10% of the money if you're good at it. So what you want is you want ratios that are as high as possible. So what are good ratios? Remember, my ratios, I employ American chatters. I'm one of the only few agencies that can do that. I have a chatting agency as well, where I help people get the maximum amount of ratios you can get because I employ American style chatters, right? But the ratios I look at, let's say for paid fans, are 1 to 10, and with free pages, basically the same. I get up to 1 to 20 ratios on free fans and on paid fans, right? But I'm gonna explain you one trick that I apply, that you can apply too, that will dramatically increase your ratios, which is you need to start mirroring fans, okay? So let's write that down as a title. Mirror fans. So what does mirroring even mean, right? So let me write this down. Mirror fans. So mirroring fans means that whatever the fan gives you, you give back. This is a simple conversational trick, if you want to call that. So if you watch my main YouTube channel where I talk about lifestyle, how to connect with high value people, how to connect with billionaires, multimillionaires, I've done all that, right? There's always one trick that I use with everybody. It's not even a trick. It's just a conversational skill, let's call it like that. You have to mirror the people that you talk to. So let's start with OFM. How can you mirror the fans? So the first way you can mirror a fan in OFM is by looking at the words that they use. Not only the words actually, but just the manner in which they speak. So it can be multiple things. So the first thing is the words, all right? Another thing that you can mirror is, in case of OFM, you can mirror the emojis, right? Put this down. Emojis. Another thing that you can obviously mirror is the style. So for example, with my chatters or in my chatting agency, I have chatters that are American, I have chatters that are from the UK. If I have a client that, for example, works with a UK person, I'm not gonna put American chatters on that page. I'm gonna put UK chatters on that page that speak like UK people. That alone increases the ratios. So we're gonna put down slang. Let's call this slang. In America, for example, they'll say, I don't know, they just say no cap. They'll like the you, hey you, multiple U's. Or in the UK, they'll put the XOXO, right? Or just the different wordings. They're a little bit different. But how do you mirror the fan using words, emojis, and slang? You basically have to copy it. So let's say you have a fan and he says, hey babe. Don't say hey baby or hey cutie. Say hey babe. Don't even say hey baby. So if he says babe, you're not gonna use baby, you're not gonna use cutie, you're not gonna use love. You're gonna use babe. You understand? Now, another trick that I employ. Let's say he says, hey darling, I really like your page. What are you up to? What you're gonna do is you're gonna pick 2 words out of the sentence. Let's, for example, pick darling, and we can also use phrases, right? Let's take the up to, right? What are you up to? And let's be like, hey darling, nice to hear from you again. Well, I'm doing my laundry. What are you up to? You see what I'm doing here? I'm copying the fan's language and displaying it back to him like a mirror. That breeds familiarity. That's gonna make the fan subconsciously think, oh, this girl, we're vibing. Like this is going good. Like It's just subconscious, guys. So next thing, if they're using certain emojis, use the same emojis. If they're using the ape emoji, use the ape emoji too. If they use heart emojis, use the heart emojis too. If they use 2 hearts, you're gonna do what? You guessed it correctly, genius. You're gonna use 2 hearts as well. Slang we already covered. If they're using UK slang, it would be better to employ UK chatters. If you don't have UK chatters, you can hit me up. Link is in the fucking caption below, in the description, I mean. And just write me Fanscope Chatting. That's what my agency's called, Fanscope. I'm gonna give you UK chatters. You can try them out. Or use American chatters. Now, usually the whole industry is American. You always want to go into the American market. And the best thing to do is just employ American chatters, right? If you're Filipinos, it's gonna work okay, I guess. But Filipinos make mistake. They'll be like, hey, how did you found me? Like, bro, like, you don't think a fan is gonna instantly know he's not talking to an actual American girl? I mean, bro, come on. So, the next thing that we're gonna copy / mirror, and if you see what I'm doing here, this word you can essentially interchange with copy. You're copying the fans' language, the fans' emojis, the fans' style. And I'm gonna show you the next thing you're gonna copy, which is you're gonna copy his mood. Pull here. Copy his mood. So what kind of moods can you copy? A fan can be shy. Oh yeah, it's my first time here. Well, you're gonna copy the same mood. Like, you're not gonna be like super high energy about it. You're gonna be like, oh really? Like, oh, I haven't been doing OFM for too long either. You know, it's like my second week on OF. Like, how are you liking it? Like, have you subscribed? Am I the first Molly subscribed to? Hee. Just little things like that. And then you still gotta obviously do these things. You're gonna copy the words, emojis, and slang he uses. Now, let's say the fan is high energy, or he's like super, he just wants to go straight to like sexting. You're not just gonna like be like, oh, shy. No, you're gonna match his energy. You're gonna also go into the mood of now upselling and sending him all kinds of stuff, right? So if he's in a sexual mood, you're in a sexual mood. If he's a shy mood, you're in a shy mood. If he's in a playful mood, you're in a playful mood. If he's in a teasing mood, you're in a teasing mood. You get it? Always copy the fan's state of mind, right? Let's actually put this in parentheses because I like that more, right? Let's actually, yeah, let's put this in parentheses. State of mind. Now, the reason this works is the same thing. It breeds familiarity. Have you ever like been in a conversation with someone and I don't know, you're just not feeling, you just want to chill, and the person is like all up on you. Yo, bro, and you're just like, bro, just shut the fuck up. I just want to fucking chill. I just want to watch this fucking movie. I just want to watch this fucking show. Stop talking. Just match my energy. Or let's say you're the one who's high energy, right? You like feeling it, etc. And then the person in front of you is like, oh. It's just, you almost like resent it. You're like, what the fuck is this? Okay? Now, the third thing, which is arguably the most important thing, and all of these are important basically, but this is like one of my favorites to do, which is you gotta copy personal, let's write it down, personal details / interests. Let me give an example of this. Let's say there's a 50-year-old man and he's texting your model. And he's like, oh man, you know, I haven't had much luck with females. My ex-wife left me because she thought I wasn't, you know, strong enough. You know, she thought I was fat and like, unattractive. And then you come in and the model says like, well, yeah, that makes sense because I'm more into like fit men who are like 25-year-old and, you know, who can carry me around. what do you think this guy's gonna actually like think about you? Do you actually think the fan's gonna be like, wow, this is fucking amazing, I wanna chill with this person? This guy's gonna actually hate you, right? This is obviously an extreme example, but you get what I'm saying. What you wanna do is you wanna always appear aligned to the fans' interests / personal details about him. So in this scenario, you would actually tell him how, oh, that's what a bummer because your ex-wife, she's losing out because you're actually more into older guys who have a little bit more money, who know how to take care of a young girl like her. That is matching the personal details / interests. The fact that he's 50 years old, he probably has some money, he's lonely, you need to match that. Now, what are other things you can match? You can match his location. That's one of my favorite things. Let's actually write this down. So the first thing that I mentioned is, you can match, let's call this circumstances, right? Personal life. Personal circumstances. Now, the other thing you can match is location. So when the fan says, I love this, right? This is one of my favorite ones. Let's say the fan is talking to you. What you always want to do is you want to ask him where he's from. The reason you want to do that is because you want to avoid him asking you first, because now this trick doesn't work. You ask the fan, hey, where are you from? If he says it's from Austin, Texas, you're going to say, wow, I have family in Austin, Texas, or I live in Austin, Texas, or I love going there often. He's gonna be like, oh shit, we have something in common, right? Find commonalities and like that. And then obviously you're always gonna copy words, emojis, and slang, and copy his mood. And then you're gonna start copying all this shit. Personal circumstances, interests, locations. Now this fan is like, wow, I found my soulmate. Like, this is the person that I love to talk to. Do you know how much this would differentiate you from all the other models? All the other people he talks to? The average fan nowadays is subscribed to like 7 to 20 models. Especially if he finds out there's free pages and stuff. He'll subscribe to multiple models, and he will talk to the person that makes him feel the most familiar. You understand? Now, at this point, there's all kinds of stuff you can copy. You can copy his favorite color. And obviously, you don't have to be autistic about it, right? Color. You don't have to be autistic about it in the sense of like, if he says, oh yeah, my favorite color is red, you'll be like, oh shit, mine too. You can just make it a little bit more interesting. You can be like, oh really? When I was younger, I used to love the color red. I still love it, right? But now, I'm just a style freak, so I like to match colors, but every time I match my wardrobe, I like to wear red. You understand? Just make it interesting. Add some flavor to it. You can copy his favorite food. Or you can say your mom used to cook the same food, right? Put it down, food. You can copy sexual preferences, right? Sexual preferences. There's all kinds of things that you can essentially copy that's gonna make the fan believe that you are literally his soulmate, okay? Now, if you do all these things, you will see your ratio will most likely start to 2 to 3x. Easy. So whatever bullshit ratio you had before with your Filipinos saying, hey, how did you found me? You will see if you actually apply all this shit, you will actually just start increasing your ratios massively, okay? If you need chatters, if you can't implement this or your chatters are doing some bullshit, you can hit me up. I'm gonna give you a 24-hour free trial and I'm gonna show you how it's actually done.